Welcome to Cocktails with Kat. Thank you for coming along with us, grabbing your cocktail, mocktail, whatever it is, or even if it's your emotional support coffee, because then they're done that.
Yes,
definitely this week.
indeed.
So leave a comment of what you're sipping on today. What we're sipping on is oh my gosh, I hope I say this right, a Paloma Margarita. It has grapefruit soda, sparkling water, flavored sparkling water, cranberry juice, tequila, lime juice, and I want to say simple syrup as well. First time I've had this. I like this.
Yes.
And I don't normally like grapefruit.
Yes. I love a Paloma. I love margarita.
I've never had one. I love margarita. I've never met a margarita
So
I
a
don't
Paloma
like.
margarita sold.
Yeah.
2 for 1.
This is the first for me.
Yeah.
It's exciting. And we are bringing on Brandi, this lovely lady I actually met making deals over my fence in my backyard. That's how I met Brandi. We used to exchange the goods, aka vegetables.
Make it a date.
Usually it was peppers from my yard because so many of them.
Yes.
Cucumbers.
Pickles too.
Pickle. Oh, I did because I gave you my refrigerator pickles,
Yes.
which
Delish.
they do get the approval from my nephew. So
Yes.
that's high up on the list. That's how we met. She was my neighbor for years, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, we're moving." The only reason I'm okay with it is because your children are happy and they're successful, and I'll allow it. But that's how I got to know Brandi. She used to be my neighbor, and we would just meet up at the fence. And what I loved is we meet up at the fence, yes, for exchanging of garden goods.
Yes.
But also, I think we met up, we would just chat. We celebrate things that are doing good, what's going bad. We would do some fussing, if you will, every now and then. I miss that. I think that was one of the things I absolutely loved about you guys being over there. Was always, when your kids were in the backyard.
Absolutely.
Always loved it. And then, come out, and I'd eventually come out of my cave, aka my office that we're in right now, and we would just chat.
Yeah.
And I think that was great. A lot of times, sometimes it would be the end of the week. Sometimes it would just be on a random Tuesday.
Yeah.
And Alex and I've missed that. So you could move back in anytime you're ready.
I mean, or you guys can move to us. Next house on the market, I'll let you know. I'll hold it down for you.
Please do. Walk in and be like, driveway to save a spot. Like
yes.
I'm like, sorry taken. You can turn back around.
Taken.
Open house.
There's no open house. House closed. Thank you.
Closed. My neighbors are
on their way with their animals. Thanks so much. Yeah. No, we definitely miss you guys.
I know.
We love where we are. Like you said, the kids are doing really well. Their new place, their new schools and things like that. And I mean, you've seen my kids. This space is premium.
They just had to go and grow. Right. And they needed room. They needed their own rooms.
They need room to grow. How dare they?
How dare they just grow up on us?
But we definitely miss. I mean, we have great neighbors now, but it's a little more isolated from the neighbors where. This was more
of a rare little. We're not like
gym.
It's not like the whole neighborhood doesn't like come together for like fest, which I would love.
That would be amazing. Little block party situation.
But our street is pretty great. Yep. It's got a great combination between retired and tired.
Yep. Low and slow.
Low and slow. That's how I like to do
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely. But I feel like there's really good chemistry here. Yeah. This is our first house, and we were really lucky. We won the jackpot when it came to neighbors between you guys and then our other neighbors, Charlie and Arlene. And some new faces have come to the street. It's been still good. Everyone's keeping it low profile because that's what we do well.
Right.
Don't ruin
low
the flow.
And slow. We don't need a lot around
here. And we're one of those little pocket neighborhoods. I say that's like a little gem.
It is a little hidden,
sure. Yeah.
Especially because it's off of a main road. So unless you're coming in, you don't know what's back here.
Every time someone comes, and Marissa started working for me, she's like, "This is like you wouldn't know this is back here. It's a nice little spot."
And we love that.
We do. And when you pull in, what I love too, it's funny because when you pull into our neighborhood, the one side, you like pull in and you think you're going. There's these giant McMansions, beautiful homes. Like people walking. Like, no.
I got that a lot.
Hang a right. We're back to the normal.
Other way.
Bring it back to the suburbs. Okay, just take it right. We're the normal housing.
We used to get that when people would first come visit us. They'd be like, "Oh my gosh,
good for you!" And I'm like, "Yes, good for me." But no, hang it right.
However, keep going. Keep going.
Bring it back down to normal.
Yeah, come on down.
Here we are. But I like that. I mean, it makes my house look nice. I guess. But I wanted to bring you on here because, Brandi, I've gotten to know you over the last 5-6 years. We've had good conversations. I feel like you are someone that would be really great to just talk about girl things.
Yes.
And I love cocktails. I feel like you're a cocktail queen.
I am. I love girl things. I love cocktails. I love a good girls time, quality time.
I feel like you're a happy hour. That's top-notch Brandi time right there.
Happy hour, but also as I'm getting older because bedtime, more of like a brunch, like a girls brunch, right? So girls brunch situation, get it done early because
you can recover, you can chill.
You can chill and go to bed.
And you can still get up the next day.
And that's I can still get up the next day.
It's either like a 2-drink maximum.
Right.
or you got to do it earlier in the day.
Right. Yeah.
Which is good for us because it's earlier in the day.
It's earlier in the day. We've got carbs because
We
also
do got
at
carbs.
brunch, you load up on the carbs too.
And that's the thing, as you get older, I think it's like, I used to just, I can go hard in the paint. I got to have the snacks. Snacks I've realized as I get older are clutch for me. Like
Absolutely.
It's a must have for me.
You got to balance it out.
You do.
For sure.
You got to,
sure.
and that way you can have a little bit more of the drink. It doesn't,
you can take your time.
There's things we learn.
There's things you learn as you experience. It's experience.
We're getting there. Something that I wanted we talked earlier about it. I have everybody felt like a little questionnaire before they come on. You mentioned something that we have in common. Mm-hmm. And it was something that I discovered probably in my mid-20s. Mm-hmm. I want to chat about it because it took a while for me to struggle through this issue, which is people finding you intimidating. As a woman, hearing that you're intimidating. I couldn't figure out for the longest time why it wasn't particularly easy for me to make friends. And I had one of my college best friend, Lindsay. I remember her saying to me once, she goes, you are intimidating. And I was like, what do you mean I'm intimidating? Me? I didn't get it for the longest time. I don't know if I get it now. I don't know if I fully, every now and then I'm a minute. Then I have to remind myself, you are seen as intimidating. Yeah. I have my thoughts on it, but I want to talk to you about it. Yeah. And you mentioned that people also, often assume that you're intimidating before they know you. Which, I don't know about you, but it irritates me as a person. I'm like, you obviously, if you're intimidated, you don't know me. You need to spend the time to, but there's a balance between that. Yeah. So what do you think they're actually responding to, and what part do they completely miss with that reaction?
I think for me, it's twofold. Because a lot of people are intimidated at first by my physical appearance, right? So I'm a 6 foot tall woman.
You are tall. I forget.
I'm not slender. You forget. I've got 72 good inches on me and 2+ 100 pounds. So I think people are intimidated when they see me physically because they don't. I'll put it this way. So when people see me, typically they look at my feet first to see if I have on heels. And I mean, you know me, sometimes I do have on heels.
You do.
I love heels, by the way. But
great footwear in your department.
Oftentimes, especially at work, I'm not walking around in heels. I have on a comfortable flat. And more times than not, if people are seeing me for the first time, they look at my feet first. Because they're checking to see, is this all you or are you elevated?
Really? Okay.
Also, I know this about myself, and self-awareness is key. I have RBF. I was born with it. I do. I've shown you pictures. Every woman has
it, but sometimes some of us keep it on longer than others.
I was born with it. You go back to childhood pictures and it's like, oh no, that's just your face. It's just my face. My badge holder at work says I'm fine. It's just my face because I just have a stoic face, I guess, right? And so I think it's twofold that people see my height and they see my face, and I may not be smiling. I may be deep in thought, so I'm not fixated on what this looks like right now.
We can't control RBF.
I can't control my face. It has its own mind. And so I think that's part of it. First part. The second part is people meet me, and once I've let you in, or if you're somewhere where I'm speaking or we're just having a conversation, some people are intimidated by, I'll say confidence, but that's not quite the word I'm looking for, because it took years for me to get to this point where I feel comfortable with what I know because I know what I know. And so I only speak on things that I know to be true.
That you can speak.
That I can speak to confidently. And a lot of people are taken aback by that. Because what do you mean how do you know? I've had people ask me, how do you know so much? And I'm like, well, reading is fundamental.
Read a book.
I've lived. I know people. Like I talk to people from different experiences and backgrounds and so on and so forth. And so I think that the intimidation part for me is it's twofold. It's the physical appearance, and then it's she actually knows things. She's knowledgeable.
When you see someone's face. I grew up, my parents have a business that's very male dominated, male oriented, and I was around a lot of males. And as soon as the registering of someone being like, oh, you are intelligent, that look on their face.
Absolutely. And especially my role now is I work with a lot of men because it's construction. And so I know acronyms. I know things, HVACs. I know, and they're like, and granted, I may be in a in a dress and heels during our walk, our construction walkthrough. It doesn't mean I don't know things, right? And so, again, it's twofold. It's this tall woman who's speaking knowledgeably about things we didn't think she knew anything about. Like, oh, this pretty little woman coming in.
Project manager in a construction company with my hard hat and my back on, my business card. Most of them, and I was also very young. I was coming out of college, 22, 23 max.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked really young too. And I had guys that are older than me. That's a hard place to be.
It's a hard place
for a
to
female
be.
in general, and walking in and having the respect, the confidence, and
For sure.
they do not. I was never on a site that they expected me to know as much as I did and handle what I did. Granted, I was doing that at a very young age, but
Right.
nonetheless, I could do it.
And
I did
I'm
it well.
doing it, I guess we'll say middle age. I'm in my 40, 41.
Yeah.
And so now, and people have said this to me, and if you're out there, you know it. When you hit 40, lack of care, the lack of care, Kat, when you hit 40, it's like you wake up on your 40th and it's like it just sheds off of you. I do not care.
I feel like
I could not care any less than I currently do.
Is it somewhat accurate? In my 30s, I have come into my own. I feel like the curtains of rose-coloredness are being drawn back. You know, come down to the core of who I am. I'm very comfortable in that. And like got somewhat of a middle finger up. But I feel like in my 40s, it's just the volume's just going to get turned right up.
The middle
and
finger
it's just,
stays up. It stays up.
I think it's going to come down for me.
Stays up in so
I don't
many
know if the world's
aspects
ready for that, though.
of your life. It's going to stay up in so many aspects of your life. It's phenomenal. And I'm even more excited for 50 because I hear 50 just gets even better.
Same. 50s and 60s. My mom said she came into her own, her late 50s, into her 60s.
Yeah.
And my mom's a badass in so many ways. she's in her late 60s and she's running a town. She's running businesses. Did
that answer the question, by the way?
Yeah, no, that was fantastic.
I kind of went off on a
I'm
tangent.
okay. We're great. Tangents are great. Because it's not all the time that you hear women who accurately come out and say, I intimidate people. A, that know, or B, like, I don't think I'm embracing it. I just know it. And I had to work really hard to not make myself somewhat smaller to be comfortable for other people to ingest.
Absolutely.
And figuring that out the way I did, I find it's interesting to talk to other women who have the same situation.
One thing that helped me with embracing the fact that people are just going to be intimidated by me, that I'm not intimidating, you're just intimidated, is that they're probably projecting from some insecure place and it has nothing to do with me. That really hit me, I'll say COVID 2020, 2021, of like, oh, your issue with me is actually not me. It's something internal that you're dealing with. And so I'm going to let you go heal and do whatever it is that you need to do with that. It has nothing to do with me. I can't take this personal. I can't take that on.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with me. So if you're intimidated, if you are jealous, if you're whatever by anything that I'm doing, saying, or who I am as a person, because I know I'm not a trash human being, I know that it has nothing to do with me because I know I'm a good person.
And figuring that out, that's not, I don't think that comes instinctively, naturally, and just being like, no, I'm pretty okay. I'm gonna misquote it. There's a female rap artist, and it was basically like, if you're offended by what I'm doing, you don't know me. I want to say it's Doji, but I don't want to be 100% on that. And I listened to it this week.
I don't know.
And I was like, that makes sense. And for me, it's not like if you're offended by what I'm doing, which I'm sure, but if you are intimidated by me, or if you do feel, that jealousy, whatever that trait, that thing that you're feeling is, you don't know me.
You don't know me. Absolutely.
You're right. I'm not a trash human being.
No.
Well, I try not to be. My mother raised me pretty right.
I mean, we have our days. Okay. We all have our days.
We all have our days
moments.
where I'm just, but I know I don't want to be around other people.
Listen,
I'm not okay for society today.
I will protect you from this.
You're welcome for me doing this for your benefit, because
don't worry about it.
The world can't handle me right now. My husband, God bless him.
God bless the husbands. God bless the spouses.
We all know Alex is really the MVP hero.
My husband, you know what he deals with. So I
love Mo's like confident silence and how that works.
But you have to have that balance. For us at least, it's a perfect balance. Yeah. Someone has to be the loudmouth hothead, and someone has to bring that level, right?
I feel like Alex and I, it goes like this.
Depending on the situation.
And you feel like I have more, let's come back, let's do this. Where Alex, you have to do something to get in there.
Alex and Mo are a lot alike.
You got to get in there, but then it's, I got to be like, oh, I'm the rational one.
Yeah. Oh, I have to pull you back now. Got it.
I got it.
Here I come.
Okay. And I may be shorter than him, but I feel like I'm... There's reels out there or whatever content out there that's like you have your wife is like short thing and just keeps running around, and then the tall husband's just like, oh, okay, that's what I feel like I get to at some point.
Real
Feeling like other people, not us, other people feeling intimidated or whatever that feeling is. When was the first time someone told you that you were intimidating, you looked scary, or that you were, I don't even want to use the term scary, but that's what we're going to use. How did that land for you when you first had the, oh, wait, what? I'm intimidating to you? Or for me, it's like I couldn't figure out why a couple women who had like a harsh reaction to me. And I had to realize that it was because I was very confident in what I was doing. And so I intimidated them. And seeing that for the first time, it's not like oh, you look scary or you look mean or like, but it's like, it's that reaction to be like, oh, you're just taking me in for my appearance and whatever I'm giving off in the confidence department.
Yeah. I've had it phrased and kind of given to me in various areas of my life, right? So I've had it at work recently, and I'll tell you about that. And it threw me for a loop because it came from another woman. And
so mine have mostly been with other women.
I'll tell you what was said. Oh, that's strange. But I've also had it in this form several times in my life. And I've gotten comfortable with it because, again, obviously, this isn't about me. Right? This is something going on with you.
Yep.
I've had, in some form or fashion, several times in my life, people tell me I think I'm better than them, or I think I'm better than whatever. And in my younger years, 20s, not so much 30s, because I started having children and I don't have time. Like, I don't have, but definitely in 20s, when people would say that to me and I was in my 20s, I would internalize that. Yep. Oh my God, am I doing something?
I think that's the 20s period.
Yeah. And then, but someone said that to me in the 2020s, and I realized I know that I don't. In fact, anyone who knows me knows how overly critical I am of myself, right? And so that's when it hit me that, oh, you have something that you need to process. Yeah. Because if you think that I think I'm better than whomever or
you
whatever,
don't know me.
You don't know me, or you know me and you're dealing with something that you don't want to actually face.
Right. You're putting up with know me. Yeah.
You're projecting. So that's one that I can think of off the top of my head. The other one is work related. And so at work, I'm very fun. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, but also I'm here to get work done. Right.
I feel like you're very point.
I'm
you're
very direct
you want to get
the
things
point,
done.
get it done so that we can have fun later, but also work needs to be done. And so when I speak with other leaders, I'm very direct because I want to be clear and concise. I don't want any confusions about what I'm saying. I need to be direct so that you understand the first time. If you have questions, great, but also 1 + 1 is always 2. And I had a leader, and she says to me, after I made my announcement about whatever it was, she says to me, "You scare me a little bit." And I just looked at her like, what do I do with that? So now what? And I don't want to know what you mean. I don't care.
No, we're not going to dive into this together.
We're not diving into this together. And now I'm staying away from you at work because you're like a problem. What does that mean?
We had the discussion around Christmas time about when people say things to you. And usually, like for me, Alex and I don't have kids. So every time we go home, or a lot of times we end up in scenarios like people that are a little bit older, like, oh my God, you should have kids. When are you having kids? It's always the kid question, right? And it makes usually some statement that you're like, oh, we came up with a list of things that you could say back to them. And as soon as she said, you scare me, I'd be like, that was an internal thought, wasn't it?
I love it.
And like just enough to make it like, it's very, okay about saying it, but you're basically being like, you should never say that to anybody. And that was an internal thought. Yeah. That's what I would probably have said to her. Use that next time. You can write it down. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's weird. So variations of it. Again, just, I know that some people are going to be intimidated by me because of my height. I think the first thing I noticed about you was your style. And I want to say you were probably, I think you were in one of your garden dresses or house dresses. And I was like, she got cute style. Oh, I love a muumuu. You know it.
I do. So we both ended up. Yes. Mine is either muumuu or it's the big pants overhaul situation. Not like
I
jean
bought
overalls.
one of those. No, the rompers.
The rompers.
Yeah,
I'm a romper
I bought one
lady.
of those because of you.
Oh God,
I was like, Kat looks so comfortable. I need one of those.
All summer long. I'm either in a maxi dress or less
a maxi dress.
That's what Hawaii taught me is I don't want nothing on my body, nothing
it's
tight.
hot. It's hot.
It's hot.
Yeah.
In that summer, and I want it's either a dress or a romper.
I need air to flow everywhere.
I sweat too much.
Absolutely.
And then I can't bring it back in. I can't center my chi enough to I asked you, what is a phrase in your life that you're living right now? And you said, make it count.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot in your life.
Yes.
You've been doing that for years, just watching you, is making it count. But what really sparked that theme for you that you're living in now?
So what brought that forward for me was losing my mom and realizing, oh, this ends, right?
This is it.
And watching my kids grow up, and the days are long, but the years are
quick. I gotta go get you toilet paper.
So when losing my mom really opened that up for me because life is short. Like
You watch someone in that and you realize how short
life is short. And then losing my dad 2 years later, it's like, oh, I've got to make every opportunity count in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And the biggest support and driving force for that for me right now are my kids. Yeah. Because I look at Gab, I have maybe 3 or 4 more summers with you before you decide to
spread
your wings and leave or whatever, right? That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
and you're out of the I mean, I don't have kids, but I have 14 nieces and nephews. You're out of the bubble and the haze of raising really small children.
Yes. Yes. So now that our youngest is 7, I'm out of the diapers and the constant physical parenting.
They're becoming humans.
They're becoming
with personalities.
Their own human. But I'm out of the physical parenting and I'm now in the emotional, mental parenting.
That's a great way to put it rather than bubble haze.
Yeah. I'm out of physical parenting of constantly watching and don't trip and and changing diapers and the toddlers and the don't kill yourself. I'm in the emotional, mental parenting, and it can get exhausting. Yeah. And so I have to ensure that every moment of this life counts. And I say this all the time, and I think I've said this with you before. I'm not raising good kids. I'm trying to raise capable, functioning, good humans, right? So everything that I do, every experience that we give our children, I want it to count for something. It's got to count.
I do have to give this scenario when you're saying you're making it count. One thing so you lived here, about 4 or 5 years while we were living here too. So I watched, your youngest was a year old when you moved in. And then Morgan, I swear to God, she's just gotten so big. Watching you with her, one thing I thought was really cool that you did several years ago, and it counts for the making it count scenario, is Morgan had a business. You let her start a business. And I thought that was amazing. But the thing that I think that you're making it count and the way you're directing her in things, you taught her how to close that business and end a chapter. And as someone who wasn't taught that when I was younger, and I'm learning to build evolution in my brand and what I'm doing and in my business, to watch her, what was she like?
She was 11
or 11.
She was like
11. And she had her own soap business. She did it. She did it well. She had a website. She had to fill the things. You had her do the stuff. And then she learned to close it. And I can just literally see in my head Morgan being quite the either entrepreneur or quite the leader in a business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because you are making it count. And that was like a lesson. You let her do it. Yeah. And then you I don't know. I've always, when you did that, I was like, that is such an insane lesson that you're going to see come back to her in 10, 20, 30 years. Yeah. She's going to be a way better navigator of any type of, if she's in a business setting than what anybody else in her position would have been.
Not even business, just navigating life, right? The ebbs and
Valid,
flows.
yes.
Because the
chapters that open and close.
They close. They have to close.
You can't keep it open forever.
No, they have to close.
In my 30s, I'm now learning that as I'm looking at things, I'm looking at people that are older than me.
Right.
You have to learn to close chapters and evolve. Oh my gosh. So someone had this scenario. It was probably a TikTok or a reel. Who knows? They were talking about Snoop Dogg. And they're like, what is Snoop Dogg doing right now? And everybody's like, listing off all this stuff. He's in alcohol. He's in all the, name it, Snoop Dogg is in it. Like, for some reason, he's on the TV all the time, right? And then they were like, this is when he put out his first album. And I can't remember the year off the top of my head. And they were like, what is Vanilla Ice doing right now? And everyone was like, flipping houses? And then someone was like, and the lady was like, well, actually, he is starring in a 90s tour that's going to be, he's headlined 90s tour that's happening. And she was like, they had their albums come out relatively, their first album, or that made it big right on about the same time. And they're like, there's two ways of doing things. You can either be Vanilla Ice, who is known for one thing and is okay being paid for that one thing for the rest of his life. Or you can be a Snoop Dogg and say, I can grow, I can change, I can diversify, I can put things into different...
even had, either he invested or he had a Skechers campaign.
Probably.
I can't remember.
He
it was
invested
years ago.
in almost like seed starter in businesses. I can't think of the name of like what that is. A financial company that they
like capitalist.
Yes. Venture capitalist. He has like a couple different forms of it for different types of like business he's invested in. And I'm like,
Shaq too is another perfect example.
Shaq
is in everything. He has Shaq's Big Chicken on Carnival Cruises.
It's opening and closing the chapters as you go through it. Your life is breathing. It's just breathing in chapters, open and close.
Yep.
And maybe I just came up with that in my head, but we'll
I like
with
it. We're going with it.
This is a really good one. You mentioned that confidence changed after 40. What what clicked, shifted, or finally settled into place? Because I feel like each decade something has settled or clicked into place. And what is that for you now that you're 40? You are fresh 40.
I am fresh 40. Early 40.
Because there is a change in you, I will say, in a great way. I saw the end of your 30s and even the 40s. There is an evolution to you.
Do you know what clicked for me in 40? And again, for me, everything in life is a culmination of things. There's never just one thing. I feel like I can pull several things in and it makes that moment, right?
Okay.
So turning 40 with no parent in sight, right? Both of my parents are gone. Having children, being with my spouse. I think once I hit 40, Mo and I have been together for 20 years.
Okay.
So a culmination of things. But the biggest thing for me that kind of solidified my confidence in being who I've been created to be are my girlfriends.
You have great girlfriend groups.
Let me explain. So, and yes, I'm married. Yes, I super duper love my husband. He's supportive. He's an amazing man. But my girlfriends have helped solidify my confidence. And I was actually telling my loctician this story because she tells me all the time that I'm an inspiration to her, which baffles me.
You are?
It baffles me. But
100%.
So when I was in college, dear friend of mine, she was a year behind me. And one day, now mind you, college, I did track and field. I was your standard college, like pajama bottoms, sweats.
No. Oh, really?
I wasn't.
I've known you as your
confidence. I wasn't this. I was very like.
You were in your shell still.
I was in my shell still.
Just the way you talk about college and your college years, in my head,
I had a blast. I had a blast, but I could have done more. We'll say that.
I will say that about my college career. I could have done more. I was scared.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was unsure and I was scared. But in college, it may have been my junior or sophomore year. I had a friend from New York, Shaniqua, if you ever watch this, I absolutely love you. From Queens. I can hear her in my head. And one day she said to me, "You are so elegant."
And in your college years?
I was like, no, and when I tell this story, maybe I was dressed up for like senior ball or a cabaret or a party or something. Because I'm thinking to myself of never have I ever
What
thought.
A compliment to receive from another woman. You're so elegant.
But I'm 21, 22. And so I'm like, no, you're off your rocker, right? Throughout my post-collegiate years, I have been blessed to have women in my life who speak life into me before I even see it.
Ooh.
And so it started, I can remember that moment with her. Because of course, women in my family, they're going to say, oh, you're so this, you're so that. Mm-hmm. I grew up in a loving, supportive family.
Yeah.
But having women outside of my family speak life and what they see in me over me is what has solidified my confidence in this stage in my life. And so I have another friend who she's like, so when are you starting a business? So when are you?
I have been saying that to you for 5-6 years now, Brandi.
When you start, I see this and you are this and you are this and you are that. And when I get dressed and people are like, oh my God, I love what you have
Your
on.
style is
I love what you
impeccable.
wear. You always look so put. And
I was excited for your glasses today too, by the way. That's why I didn't wear mine. I was like, I can't wear mine. Put these away.
Hearing that over and over has helped me, and it hasn't boosted my ego in a negative way. It's helped me dive into who am I as a person, right? And kind of sit with myself. As you know, I am a fan of a solo trip. And so
I love a good solo trip.
On a solo trip, I take that time to really dig into who am I? What makes me tick? What makes me happy? What's a trigger for me? What do I stay away from? All of that has helped me just really stand in confidence of who I am and who I've been created to be. But the key, again, my girl.
I feel like as an individual, you're so used to yourself. You're always with yourself. I'm always with me.
Right.
Without me.
I'm always in here.
This little engine up here don't quit. But what I think is you're always around yourself. You're always doing things. And I think someone takes the mirror out and you look at yourself. You're used to it. It looks like that's not anything new to you. It's when someone else walks in. It's not a new person. It doesn't always have to be a new person, but your people, someone that walks into your life and then they are actually witnessing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
I find with myself, and I don't know if it's just females in general or just who I've been around where we downplay a lot of things that we do.
Absolutely.
We're always like, oh, I feel, I'm not saying men don't have anxiety, but we tend to have a little bit more about it.
Yes.
And I love that people talk about it. I think more women should talk about it. But you're always like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Am I doing this? Am I doing that? And then to have people who know you and sometimes don't know you, but more your people that know you say, you did that, right? You're doing this. Do you see what you are? And actually taking the mirror, but letting you a reflection that you're not used to seeing.
Absolutely. I just had that because I've applied for this sport governance leadership development program. Right. And so I had to write out my resume. And I
haven't done one of those.
A friend of mine helped me. And because she is an amazing leader, developer of people. It's her calling. And so I'm going to write down everything I've done. If you could make it pretty and
judge this for me.
So I send her and she's like, you're a badass bitch. She's like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
And I'm like, in my head, this is just what I'm just doing. I'm just doing
what you do.
She's like, no. She's like, absolutely not. She's like, are you kidding me? She's like, I didn't know you've done all of this stuff. And
I'm handing people my resume.
No, right. I'm just living. But again, having that, like you said, someone kind of show you what they see in you to yourself, looking at yourself from someone else's viewpoint, it helps.
Especially as an ambitious woman. You're ambitious.
Yeah.
I'm ambitious. Yeah. You did collegiate sports. I didn't do college sports, but I did high school sports. Like, we're competitive. We have that nature in us. I think a lot of athletes end up becoming high-achieving people as well. Not all, but I think that's something, that competitiveness doesn't actually leave us. It's still there.
Right.
But being ambitious, I'm always very much focused on here's my next thing. I'll never want to sit and just be non-growing.
No,
I want to move. I want to grow. I want to evolve. I want to be something more than I was yesterday.
Absolutely.
Better than I was yesterday.
Absolutely.
So I think as women, we tend to see it. There's the goal. We got to get it. We got that. Oh, where's the next one?
What's the next one?
And so you don't take time to sit back and look at your own resume and say, holy shit, I've done that. I had one of those earlier today. Yeah. We're coming up on my 20 years high school.
Oh,
and Alex found one of my our little senior sweatshirt. And I was like, I remember I was class president, which is probably not surprising, but I was like, I remember being so terrified that I messed everything up and wasn't going to do well. And I was like, no, I've done that. And sometimes don't sit back and see how you've succeeded as you went through life. Yeah. That's what I end up doing when I'm taking solo trips, is looking back to be like, continue to have confidence in what you're doing. Yeah. Especially this week with what I did. It's like, I was in a hotel room by myself, I love it. Locked in. And I was like, I said to Alex, it's weird. I'm an audible processor, so I'm speaking out, but there's no one. It's not coming. No one's coming back to me with hey, here's some cons to what you're doing. Right. And then I have to remind myself, well, I've made good choices. You know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
But I really think that someone else turning that mirror on you is, you don't know what you're priceless. Doing until you see it and you're like, oh yeah.
Until someone shows it to you or you go back and look at it.
I'm not always like, oh, you want to dwell in the past, but I think going back and looking at what you've done is a great way to give yourself confidence in what you're about to do. Because what I tell everybody is, think about it. Betting on yourself isn't as big of a risk as what everybody says it is.
Right.
Because how many times have you bet on yourself and how many times have you let yourself down? Not that many times. You can fail. You can fall on your face, but you're still not letting yourself down. You're still doing perfectly fine. You're still an achieving human.
I will say this. One of my biggest accomplishments that I go back to, anytime I feel scared, intimidated, nervous, any of those things, any negative anxiety, anything about something new that I have to do or that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I remind myself that I've carried 3 children.
Moms.
And birthed them. Every time.
Y'all will never get enough credit. There's never enough credit that can be given.
I remind myself, I'm like, I've birthed humans.
You've brought life into this world and you've kept them alive.
And I've kept them alive.
And Brandi, they're really good kids.
They are decent.
What I always say about your kids, what I love, and if I ever had kids, please know that you would be one of the first people I'd call and be like, how the hell do I do this? You and my best friend Lolly, like calling you out, be like, got good humans. How are we doing this?
How do we do the good human thing?
Write me a manual and get back to me in 9 months. So my thing is that your kids, what I love about your kids, and is that they're all completely different. Every single one of them has a different personality.
Absolutely.
And they're in that lane. And they are so individual. And that is like, you do a very good job in fostering the individuality amongst your kids.
Yes.
And you're also, in my brain, also teaching them how to function with everybody being an individual and being different and also still being a same unit, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Your kids are very different in the best way.
Yeah.
And that's supported. And you can tell as your kids, when they're around each other, they also support it. But I love when people, like, their kids are different. Everybody's kids, unless they're, I guess, identical twins maybe, but different personalities.
Right.
But I just feel like your kids, you've done a great job at fostering their individuality, and it makes them really good humans. And I'm excited to see, even though it literally breaks my heart, as they get older and bigger and just these adults
voices deepen.
As that happens, I'm excited to see them maturing as they go through.
I appreciate that.
You've done a great job.
Because it's work.
I saw you putting in the work over there.
It's work. And for me, it's work of the heart, but it's mental work because I was my mom's only child. I didn't grow up with siblings, right? And so I don't necessarily understand that dynamic of living with siblings. For me, and I tell them all the time, what is going on with your children? Why are they constantly, right? What is happening? So it's work.
You're actually learning sibling dynamics as it's happening.
Sibling dynamics as it's in real time. We're all learning together.
I've never thought about that.
We're all
you were always with your cousins and stuff like that. I guess
we all go to our own place. We go to grandma's and then everyone has their own home. I'm in my own room with my own toys. I don't have to share. What are you talking about? It's mine.
This is mine.
I don't have to share with you. I can go home. And so raising siblings as someone who grew up as an only child, what is happening?
What are these rules? What are these unspoken rules?
I appreciate that you see that in my family because I work hard to foster it.
You do a good job.
We work hard to foster it.
You do a very good job of it.
Again, we're trying to raise decent humans. I don't need you to be good kids. I need you to be good humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just happened as I grew too. Like, granted, I didn't know your oldest two when they were little, but like your youngest, like, it's happened the whole way through. You never thought about you've never had to fight over the bathroom.
Not in real life.
Kid.
At my grandmother's, we would fight over the remote. But again, I'm going home after this.
Yeah. Like, I got my own remote at home. If I don't get it, I'll be fine.
No bathroom fights. No, you ate the last of something. No, I eat what I want.
She did. She needed it. I was the youngest, so. But if I was the oldest, I would love to ask you this. Just watching you evolve in the last 5-6 years, what does showing up fully as the woman you're becoming look like in a daily life right now?
Ooh, I loved that question. So for me, and again, not in a shallow way, but showing up as my best self right now, 41, I'm dressed.
You're doing a great style too.
It's not to boast or all the shallow things, right? It's just literally what helps me feel my best self. Is and a good lip now too, because I wasn't really big on the makeup thing for a while. I took a break, but now I'm dressed. Even if it's a casual something, it's put together. It makes me feel good, and so that, I'm dressed. I've got a nice a bag on my arm. I'm dressed.
Like so when you came in today, you had a cute dress jacket on, super cute handbag, cute Mary Jane shoes. I did look at your shoes, but I always do because great shoes. I can't wear. That. I can't wear heels. I can't wear some boots a lot of time. Loafer girl.
Yeah, but I appreciate that because my feet are so big, and it took a really long time. Hi. I just want to say I appreciate those of you who are making shoes.
Yes.
For the women who have big feet, and I'm not talking 10s and 11s. I'm talking 12, 13, and 14s. I appreciate you. It took a time. People weren't making shoes past 11s for a while, past 12s. So when I find a shoe now, I'm like, I gotta get it.
You come to my house and get it if you find it. After she moves away, it was like a month or so, and you're like, Kat, I had boots accidentally got delivered to my old house.
To the old house. Please tell them don't send it back. I'm coming.
We ran over there. As soon as they pulled in the driveway, we were because I was like, Alex, I was like, it's footwear.
I'm coming.
And it is important.
I need my boots.
They were cute.
Yeah, I wore them too. They're actually
You sent me a pic, I think.
They're really comfy.
Were they red?
They're red.
Red taller boots.
Red tall boots.
Yes, you sent me a pic of them.
Yeah, they're a good time. But
you have exceptional footwear.
That's when I feel my best self. And,
I like that.
And I used to be self-conscious of what will people think. They're going to think I'm doing too much or I'm trying to be better than them. Or I used to think that now.
Because you believe what some people are telling you and how they're acting it until you realize, oh, that's a you thing, not a me thing.
And I pull back from what my friend Shaniqua said about me. You are so elegant. This is
such a great compliment. No one's ever told me I'm elegant. I'm a jeans and t-shirt rough on the edge kind of lady.
It has never left me 20 years later. So and I sit in that when I'm feeling like, or just, I'm like, no, this is who I am and that's okay.
Next time you see her or talk to her, tell her thank you for
I tell her all the time.
That's an impactful statement.
I tell her all the time. Because again, 20 whatever year old Brandi didn't see it.
You don't know. I
don't know. What are you talking about? Girl, I'm in sweats and pajama pants. What?
I was awkward as hell.
And so, and my loctician, Nikki, because I know she's going to watch this, she said it, she put it in a great way for me. And she said, Bran, it's the way you carry yourself.
You do carry yourself so well. Granted, I didn't see you before, like whatever, but and I think maybe the reason I didn't feel intimidated or things like that, I was like, you carry yourself well, you're confident. One of my favorite people is a confident woman. That when you realize that you're not competing with the other person. I heard a phrase in business many years ago when I was starting my photography. I don't remember if I was talking to someone or however I heard it, but it was like, honey, up here, we're not competing. We're collaborating.
We're collaborating. I've heard that and I love it.
And the more I increase in my business, the more I get into different areas, different high-end scenarios, like it's literally collaboration. Absolutely. When I meet women that are confident and they want to collaborate, I know instantly whether or not you're confident because it's how you act towards me.
Absolutely.
And the way you carried yourself when I first met you, I was like, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
We're going to be just fine.
I pull from that, and this might have been one of your questions, but I'm going to go straight into it.
Go right ahead.
I pull from that because it was poured into me. My grandmother and I were the same height. We were both 6 feet. Okay. Before, of course, she got older and you started shrinking a little bit. But my grandmother, the women in my family were always tall. So my grandmother's 6 feet. And I have 2 first cousins on my mom's side. Very, very tight-knit, close family. My cousins are shorter than me. Okay. And so we would take pictures and I would like
you'd hunch down.
And my grandma stand up straight and don't hunch down and hold your head up. And so she always, growing up, reminded me to stand up straight and hold your head up and walk upright. Like, be proud of your height.
I bet your grandma, and I just imagine the women in your family just oozing with BTE. That big titty energy of just like, this is exactly who we are.
Literally and figuratively, yes.
I do it. Sorry, it's not about the size of your titties.
Yes,
it's the energy you bring.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of titties, I think I just lost that in my throat. There we go.
Your boobs say you call.
We're here. But I just feel like that they had to be oozing with that confidence to say, no, you don't shrink yourself for less. They were teaching you down the road. You shrink yourself as you know.
Even my great grandmother, I can remember her doting over me. And I'll say this probably helped with my confidence. And my best friend and I talked about this the other day. I've been loved well my entire life.
Oh, I love that for
I don't
you.
like, if you have not loved me well, you've not been around me long enough for it to really impact me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Once I notice that you're not loving me well, I'm a Virgo. It's been fun. I don't do this. So
you do have good Virgo energy. As soon as I learned you're Virgo, I was like, okay, yeah,
I gotta go.
I got you
this
on a different level.
Fun, but I'm gonna go this way, right? I've been loved well my entire life. Great grandmother, the maternal energy in my life has been so strong and so loving. I couldn't be anything else than who I am.
Oh, I literally just, in my head, I see a kitchen table and there's just overflowing, oozing BTE at that table.
Absolutely.
That was next level.
Absolutely.
And I love that you grew up with that. I grew up with my mother's amazing. My mom doesn't know she has that. She taught me things as I went, and I have like her twin sister. Yeah. Like I basically have two moms. Yeah. It's very loving, but I like my grandmother didn't have that interaction because she passed away when I was 1. Same with her mom. I haven't had all of that. Like I'm discovering my heritage now as a female, as a woman. Yeah. Grandmother I just learned was a valedictorian of her class. Like I'm learning things about these women that I didn't know about.
Isn't that fun when you learn things about women in your family and you're like, oh, you were fucking rock stars, and you realize that's why I am who I am. That has been poured into me over generations.
This is ancestry coming out of me at this point.
This is in my DNA, right? Like my great grandmother, I'll show you pictures later, dressed to the nines. Yes. And like, Southern women, they've got the church hats, they've got the suits.
It's next level. Us Northern women do not know about this.
South Carolina,
the fashion here. I sent you, I did an event and there was a sorority there. And I was like, Brandi, the style is impeccable. And I looked around and I was like, these Southern women, y'all know how to do it. And it's beautiful to watch Southern women in their fashion.
And I
love it.
I don't remember my dad's mom because I was young when she passed. Okay. But talking to my uncle, crisp, clean woman, like top of her class, graduating high school, all the things. And so I love learning that because I'm like, oh, this is what makes me who I am.
It's been stacking for generations. We've been baking this for a while.
To me, to not honor that and to be anything other than who I am is a complete disrespect to my ancestors, to the women before me. It's a disservice.
I'll talk about recently, I think it was Missy Elliott that spoke at the R&B. She was talking about salt and pepper, and she's like, we are standing on the shoulders of what they created. And anytime, and I'm even for any human, but we'll talk about the sense of women, is that like we are standing on the shoulders of the women that did it before us.
Absolutely.
I'm the business person I am today because my mom was such a badass at it. Didn't know it, didn't realize it. And I don't think she fully did until now, more recently. Actually, I got into her 50s to her 60s. But like, I'm standing on her shoulders of what she created. Like I'm a Darlene 2.0.
Absolutely.
A lot sassier than she is. Outspoken.
I mean,
but hey, that's okay.
You bring your own.
But I think you are standing on the shoulders of those women before you. You're even down to like talk about your style. You talk about the way you carry yourself. Like they were grooming you for that because they knew like we've been there. We're each getting there, and you're gonna watch that with Morgan too.
Oh, she's so confident. Proud. She's so confident. Still is the whole teenager thing. It comes with age, right?
The emotions, you got it.
But she's so emotionally intelligent for her age that I'm so proud.
You should be.
I'm so proud. So she's in high school and a couple of friends have little boyfriends and are dating. And so I'm like, you talk, are you feeling like left out because people are dating and you're not, or do you have an interest in someone? Yada, yada. And we're talking. She's like, honestly, no. She was like, Mom, she was like, I'm too immature. She says, I'm too immature for that. She's like, I don't have the time to be, she's like, I can't give anyone that much attention. And I love that you know that. And
I'm so proud of
that you're confident and don't feel the peer pressure to put yourself in that when you're not ready.
Yeah.
Because when I was in high school, I was dating because everybody else was dating.
That's the one thing I tell my nieces, anybody that I can't, don't date in high school. Don't even really date in college until later on. But I dated in high school, and I wish I hadn't done that. By the way, it happened, it was fine. But I wish I hadn't. I wish I was a Morgan that had those ambitions. But you date, so she's gonna do just fine.
She is.
She can do better. She can be cooler. She already is cooler. Okay, we're gonna do a segment. It's called Sip or Spill.
Okay.
You can choose to answer, or you can take a sip if you want to. Not too wild and crazy. It's just fun little. So first one. What is a recent moment you realized, oh, I'm stronger than I thought?
Just getting through 2024, getting into 2025, and realizing that I've lost, so from 2020 to 2024, I've lost someone close every year.
Almost every year.
My grandfather in 2020, my grandmother in 21, mom in 22, my aunt in 23, my dad in 24. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of loss.
Yeah, it's a lot of grief.
It's a lot of grief. And I kind of just sat with it last year of like, shit, I've been through some things, right? But I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm making it. I'm dealing with it. I'm getting through it.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot stronger. I'm handling this a lot better than I could have ever imagined if you told me that this is what life is going to give me during this time. Wow. I'm still thriving. I'm still here. I'm still moving forward with life in the face of what I've been through, which a lot of people don't know. And they're like, people just see me and think, oh, Brandi's like, people who know me. Because again, up front, I'm very protective of my space. The older I get, the more protective I get. And so I'm not this Brandi for everyone. But those who are close to me, who know what I've been through, they're like, you're really handling life well. I appreciate that because it's effort.
It is effort, yeah. Moving through grief it's not easy.
No.
And I always tell people, like, you're gonna go through grief. The biggest thing is you can move through it. Just try not to unpack there. Yeah. Keep your suitcase with you. Like you have to move. You have to move through it. You can't. Have to. It gets dicey once you start packing or sweeping things under the rug, and you get comfortable being there. You have to keep it moving forward because it sucks and it's hard and you don't want to do it, but you have to. And I think getting through is a lot in a short amount of time and in succession. And moving through that. And then at the same time, you're moving through it. You're also raising your family. Right. You also changed jobs during that time.
I definitely changed jobs. I moved houses. And then the other part of it is helping my kids move through it. They've also lost these people, right? So, I can't just, it's not just my grief I have to deal with.
I can't just stay in bed with
I also have to help you navigate your grief as an 11, 12-year-old, 8-year-old.
With emotions that you don't even know exist.
You don't even know. You're running into stuff that you are just like, what are the
this?
feelings? Yeah.
You're running into feelings. You're growing limbs.
You're growing limbs.
All happening all at once.
Rapid rate.
This is a fun one. How many shoes are in your cart right now?
Ooh. Can we talk about the carts? No, wait a minute. Hold on, church.
Are you a multi-cart kind of lady?
Hold
I feel
on,
like you do. I feel like you are ready for the good sales, so your carts are ready to go.
We're not. Okay, so shoes, I'm going to say I may have 2 pair of shoes in my cart. Again, because it takes a moment to find the manufacturer that's going to make a shoe for my foot, right? If you can see my foot.
You have really cute toes today, by the way.
Thank you, but my foot is massive. So...
Did you just hide your foot?
I did hide my foot, just in case lotion. It's cold outside. I don't know what the situation is, so we're just gonna hide that. So, my cart for shoes pair. Do you know? So you know, like my Amazon cart, etc. Do you know? It's not a cart. My obsessions on the Real.
What is that?
It's a luxury consignment.
Oh, I've seen commercials for it.
Cat.
Do I need to get on it?
Cat.
I bet your stuff is so good.
Cat. A cart would hate to see me coming.
If I don't see a purse in there.
Cat.
Or a good jacket. You have solid jacket finds.
Cat. My obsession.
No, look at that watch.
My
Get
obsession.
back here.
So, I'm not even worried about a cart. My obsessions on the Real. Yes. Am I married to Bill Gates?
And the mere fact that there's multiple purses in here, and I literally just said if there's not one.
Oh, there's several pieces.
Oh, these are cute. I was gonna say I hope there's an ascot or a scarf, and there is. I feel like French you wearing an ascot. I feel like it'd be fantastic. There's some good purses in there.
So yeah, that's my little.
Your accessory game is pretty on point too.
Thank you.
And I feel like you've recently come into that more and more.
I have. I was very, again, in my own insecurity, I was very cognizant and conscious of, I don't want to show off.
You make yourself... I did it for many, many years, and I always not joke, but like that. I met my husband, and he basically unscred the jar that I was in. He's like, "You can come out," and like I came out, these wings came out, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like, look at these. They're bright, they're beautiful. Like, I don't have to be." I spent so many years making myself smaller, and more digestible, for people. And I feel
more digestible,
right? Go eat something else. That's where I'm at this point. Go
get away from the table,
right? You don't respect this food.
Get away from my table.
I have a table. I have built my own table. You are welcome at it as long as you bring the right things with you.
Otherwise, you can go.
Otherwise, go. We're not done making yourself more digestible for anybody else. And I feel like once you realize you don't have to be that, you get more confident. Whether that is how you carry yourself, how you talk, or what you wear. Maybe it's a combination of all of it. I'm finding that I'm getting out of my all black everything that you were talking about your daughter being in it. I'm getting out of that. Everything was black because it was like, that's what people can digest me as a photographer being black. Do you know the moment I started wearing colorful suits to my weddings, people remember me in a really good way. Absolutely love it. My couples love it. Their guests love it. Parents love it. Nobody's upset about it. And most people will say to me, you can get away with not wearing all black. I said, yeah, I'm different than catering staff. They do an amazing job. But like, a catering staff got mistaken for me once. And I was like, oh, I am wearing all black. So if you said, oh, the photographer's wearing all black, you could go, anybody. Vendor. Right. No, my photographer is the girl in the pink suit. It's me. And it goes with your wedding. But I finally let myself out of
I love that.
my little jar. And I get, sometimes I do wear black still at weddings, but like I still have, I'm getting more, I'm coming more into my style of being, I can be a little bit bolder in what I do. I can let a little bit more of myself out because I don't have to be digestible for somebody else.
Right. I'm really embracing my accessories, what I like.
Your glasses game?
My glasses.
Spot on.
I'm again, self-conscious. I didn't wear these for a really long time.
I remember you got them.
I got them. I didn't want them because they had
the big
I
label.
wanted the small G on but that wasn't the new glasses. I have a broader face, so I need big frames. I'm not trying to look like the man from Guess Who.
See, I have
tiny glasses.
I look like a bug if I get too big. Okay. But mine is like I have to be medium to small because I'm very narrow.
I am not. We've got some density here, so I have to go broad. Well, these were the broadest glasses they had at the
I love them.
At the eyeglasses place, and I have vision insurance, so I'm gonna get the glasses that work well. So when people see these, they're like, "Oh, you have..." And no, vision insurance and fat face. 1 + 1 always equals 2.
I miss my banking insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, the glasses I had. They're still the ones I have around because they were really nice ones. And I don't know if y'all can tell us, but they're like it's like a purple bluish.
They're
hue,
purple
hue.
But I'm like, so I didn't wear them for a while because I didn't want people to think, oh, she's got Gucci glasses. She's got money, or she thinks she's better. Now I'm like, listen, I need to see. Okay. I need to see. I need my glasses to fit my face. So this is what I'm going to wear. Yeah. And thank you for... someone will compliment them and I'll say thank you and I'll keep it moving. I don't want you to think that my glasses are who I think I am. Like, I just need to see. I'm blind.
But sometimes I do think it takes... when you're adding color back into your style, when you're adding your accessories, you're figuring out your style, what makes you feel confident. I do think once you're coming out of your shell, it is the repetitiveness of you also seeing and feeling it and seeing yourself. There's something to be said about... when you look in the mirror, seeing yourself, what you say to yourself, how you look at it, and how comfortable you get with seeing those things, I think that also gives you confidence to make those accessory choices, wear those things to come out of your shell and be less digestible and let more of your personality and what you wear, how you conduct yourself too.
And I feel like the more that you find your true self, you honor who you are, what you like, all those things, the sooner you'll find your people.
It's the same thing I do in business is that like I stopped being what everybody told me I was supposed to be and say and do this and that next thing, and I started being myself.
You find your
it was
people.
like a freaking magnet.
Absolutely.
Now I will say I'm in my later 30s and I'm still working towards the friend group of like who is really the solid people that speak. And I have from when I lived in Baltimore, I have people through stages of my life. There's been people that have like come along with me. But I do find that once you get into your 30s and your 40s, you're just not around other people as often. And I've moved, and so it's a little bit more difficult to find your people. But I do agree with you that once you start, you might as well just be who you are,
your
because it's
authentic
exhausting.
Self. It is exhausting to not be yourself.
To be somebody else.
It's exhausting.
I can't keep up with that.
I can't keep up with the lie.
Because if I'm gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm really proper, I'm never gonna cuss. The word fuck is gonna come out of my mouth so fast and in the most inappropriate time, and everyone's like, oh, you know what I mean?
Now
like,
everyone is aghast and clutching their pearls, and we could have all just ended this early.
Listen, if you're gonna clutch pearls, I'm not your friend.
Right.
The New York is gonna come out of me in some point, sometime. I'm gonna be direct, honest, and blunt with you, and sometimes it works with me or against me in my business as well, because
it is what it is.
Super far south, but we're just enough where like some of the formalities are in there. And I'm like, I do not get that. That don't make no sense to me. Tell me like it is.
Yeah.